All right, I'm going to do a quick little shoot and review accuracy test here of this S&B 300 blackout, 300 AAC, 124 grain. I'm going to use my Anderson lower here with my BCA 350, not 350 Legend, 300 blackout upper here. I'll put a link in the description to the review video on this upper if you'd like to check that out. But she likes the 125 grain Winchesters, groups them real well at 100 yards. I'm having trouble finding 300 blackout ammo on the shelves locally. I did find this, and this is one of the more affordable options. Did not like the Federal American Eagle 150 grain. So I'm going to see how it shoots these today. There's your stats on that. They're advertising muzzle velocity 2165 with a 16-inch barrel. And there you can see the rest of your stats for further distances and drop and whatnot as well. Nice that they list the ballistic coefficient there as well for that bullet. And there's a look at those, and of course these are brass cased. I do not see sealant on the primer. So let's start out here real quick, 20 yards just to see where she's hitting, get it zeroed, then I'll move it out further 100 yards, print some groups, and then we'll take at least some 200 yard shots, if not 300 as well. Also, not sure what you would call that lip on the bullet there, but you can see the one on the front towards the bottom of the screen is seated a little deeper in the case. So that will cause a difference in pressure, which means you're going to have a difference in velocity, which will affect your up and down accuracy. Also worth noting, I had an issue in 7.62 by 39 before with some ammo that looked like that with different seat depths and also where you could see the ring where it wasn't pushed down all the way in the case. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be pushed down all the way to where you don't see that step up. But the last time I had something like that, I was having issues where if I would chamber a live round, and again this was in 7.62 by 39 and it was a different brand, I'd chamber a live round and then unchamber it without firing it, it would pull that bullet out a little further and a little further and a little further each time I would do it. As long as you're not going to be chambering and unchambering live rounds a bunch, it's not really an issue, but I'm going to check for that real quick here. I'm going to chamber and unchamber that top round there a few times and see if it does the same. Alright, I did chamber it back and forth a few times, and I did notice the seat depth changing. Sometimes it was further in, sometimes it was further out, but it's not trying to pop the bullet out. However, check this out. I was getting the bullet, of course I can't get it to do it now, I was holding the bullet in the case with separate hands and twisting it back and forth. So there is some movement there, and chambering and unchambering does, at least on this very one, change the seat depth slightly. I mean, talking like probably 0.5 millimeter, but she's not popping out on me though, so that's good. It's also not continuing to walk out further and further and further with each chambering and unchambering like the other ones I mentioned were, so. Alright, I was aiming at the top dot there, we're low right, so I'll make some adjustments and we'll walk this target out further, finalize the zero, and print some groups. Alright, I got it pretty close at 50 there, now I moved it down to 100, we'll print some groups. Dot on the right. This camera always be moving on me, going out of focus and crap. Yeah, so you see that huge up and down string there, and there's some left and right too. So I was gonna say the groups at 50 weren't looking too great. They were like 1.5 inches at 50 when I was finalizing the zero, sorta. And I was like, that's gonna be about 3 inches down there at 100, and I'll give it another go on the dot on the left. That started out really, really good. And I'm like, man, there's no way I screwed up those other shots on that other side that bad. I mean, if you guys watch the channel, you know what I'm capable of down there at 100 yards, less than an inch groups with rifles that are capable. With those first two, I was like, wow, that's got to be a fluke. And then, yep, sure enough. So our second time down there at 100 is definitely way better than the first time. I mean, I really choked up on the rifle, did everything I could to make that thing print as good as possible. For me, in this rifle, and with the Winchesters in the review video, like I said, link in the description if you want to check out the review video of this upper. I was shooting like 1 inch, 1 1/4 inch down there. So yeah, it just definitely doesn't like these. And like I said, it didn't like the American Eagle either. But it loved the Winchester 125 grain. So that's interesting because these are same weight. I mean, it's a 1 grain difference, but she doesn't like these either. I mean, they're okay for plinking ammo, but Winchesters, at least where I'm at, about the same price, maybe a little more, a few dollars more per box. But what do I got in here? 4 shots left. Yep. So just go ahead out to 200 there on my 16-inch steel gong, and we'll put those last 4 rounds down there on it. Hope you guys zoomed out for 2 and zoomed in for the other 2. As you can see there, cakewalk for 200, 300 be easy as well. I would say 400 no problem. Down there at 500 with that group size, I'll bring this up and measure it for you guys, but that looks like about a 2.5 inch group down there at 100. So it grows exponentially the further out you get. 2.5 at 100 will become about 5 at 200, which means 400 yards is about a 10-inch group. So on that 16-inch plate there, I'd say, yeah, 400 yards with that kind of accuracy is probably going to be your limit there. You can get some hits here and there at 500 yards. Not that a 300 blackout's made for shooting that far, but 200 and 300, which is like the outer limits of the practical range of that cartridge, it's going to be no problem whatsoever, even with that accuracy, unless you're trying to shoot tiny, 3, 4, 5 inch targets or something. All right. So group. So over here, second group, much better. Like I said, ooh, yeah, that's bigger than I thought. That's a 3-incher there. So like I said, I had high hopes when it went 1-2, but I was like, I know I didn't sling those bullets like that though. My Anderson did not like these in 7.62 by 39 either. Yeah, that means 3 inches at 200, that's 6 inches. At 400, that's 12 inches. So it's good enough for plinking, but you're not doing any precision work with that. Not that a 300 blackout is a precision rifle anyways. But like I said, check out that review video of the upper linked in the description. With the Winchesters, I was shooting like 1.25 inch groups down here at 100. So they're just at least out of my rifle. If you guys have experience shooting these and they do better for you and yours, let me know down below. Tell me what you're shooting them out of. For that matter, I'd love to hear what kind of rounds you guys are using to get good accuracy. Like I said, I'm probably just going to stick with the Winchester 125s for mine, because like it's shooting like 1.25 inches down there at 100 yards. That's good enough for me. But let me know what you guys shooting, if it shoots well, and I might try it out. If you want to get yourself any products, see me using my video, like my target stand I had down there, paper target, steel target, shooting bag here, earmuffs, safety glasses, and more. Links in the description. Again, link in the description if you want to check out the review on that upper there. Other than the fact that it seems, I don't know if I'd say ammo picky, because I've only tested like 2 or 3 different kinds now. It shoots really well with the Winchesters. Like I said, I absolutely love it. As I said, my Anderson did not like these in 7.62 by 39 either, so honestly just think it's the ammo. Plus the stainless spiral fluting just looks amazing. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one.